Hello there, this is Dr. Lazar Jancic from Leederville Chiropractic Clinic. And this month we have been talking about the body signal or the symptom of weight loss or wanting to lose weight because of carrying too much weight. This is a very common health concern. You'll probably be familiar with that. And I guess you all know that you need to exercise more and eat better. But often people get confused in the detail. And detail is not something I'll be going through in this video, but hopefully I will contribute something a little bit new that maybe you haven't heard before, and that can help guide you in the right direction. So it's important to understand that like all the symptoms that we talk about or that come up in people's lives, it's important to understand that this is usually the result of a deeper underlying problem. And included in that, with weight gain and wanting to lose extra weight, you have to understand that the reason you're carrying too much weight is more a lifestyle issue. And the key motto that I go by and that I recommend anybody that's concerned with health goes by is a simple motto called eat well, move well, and think well. And so if you break down each of these categories, they will usually solve your health concern, whatever it may be. So with weight loss, of course, the eat well component is probably the major component, as you're probably aware. And I'd like to just remind you, I've talked about it in previous videos, so I won't go through it in detail now, but I just want to remind you that you are a hunter-gatherer. And that's very important because that is your genetics. And just like a zebra belongs in the savannah, humans, we have evolved for a certain kind of lifestyle. And so when it comes to diet, that is what I recommend. You may have heard of it as the paleo diet. The paleo diet is quite broad, and you'll probably need to do a little bit of further research. And for that reason, I'm going to recommend a guy called Rob Wolf. He's probably one of the leading kind of experts out there that's easily accessible online. He really knows his stuff, Rob Wolf. And another accessible source of information is from another guy called Mark Sisson. You can Google Mark's Daily Apple. I think that would be a great starting point to help introduce you into this hunter-gatherer paleo concept and certainly get started with diet. Of course, eat well, move well. A critical component, particularly of weight loss, but generally health and well-being, is the movement component. You know, hunter-gatherers, we were designed to move a lot. And of course, there's different types of movement. And so I like to break it down into, when we talk about exercise, there's a more movement component and a more strength-related component. For me, I enjoy tennis. So I'm not really going to be building a lot of muscle playing tennis. I'm certainly maintaining muscle tone, but I'm getting more movement from running around on the tennis court and generating lots of movement in my spine and in all of my joints. The strength component is also a critical component, and that's more might be gym, but it doesn't have to be the gym before you rip your hair out. I don't like the gym. That's just one way that you can build muscle. But certainly you can do the good old-fashioned push-ups, sit-ups, basic stuff at home. As long as you're moving and doing, even if it's 10-15 minutes, that's fine. You know, start comfortable and build it up as you feel you want to or need to. But movement and strength is part of that exercise regime. Also, stretching a lot. If you sit at the desk, you really have to keep as mobile as possible. The desks are the killers. And that's where you're really not consuming or not using or utilizing much energy. So it's very easy to gain weight if you're not moving much. Eat well, move well, and think well. So that's more the mental component. I've talked about stress in previous videos, particularly as it relates to weight gain. And So it's just, again, a little reminder that stress and our emotional state plays a huge role, and all these components that we've discussed, the eat well, move well, think well, they're all interconnected. And so one area will affect the other, and if you're not in the right headspace, you probably won't want to make some of the other dietary or exercise changes that you need to. So, you know, we always encourage people to consider meditation, to practice mindfulness, the art of being more in the moment. A great book that I recommend for anybody who's kind of new to this concept is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. That's one of my all-time favorites. Changed my life probably about 15 or plus years ago. But I think that's an essential concept to understand. And of course, you know, as always, coming back to chiropractic, you know, why is a chiropractor talking about weight loss? Well, I'm very passionate about lifestyle and health. And whenever we talk about health, you have to understand lifestyle. And chiropractic is a critical component of a healthy lifestyle. If you don't have a healthy spine and a healthy nervous system, you will struggle to progress in each of those three categories, the eat well, move well, and think well. So you can't really exercise with a dodgy spine, etc. So healthy spine first, healthy lifestyle to follow, and you're going to get great results. Hope you found this information interesting or helpful. I'll see you next month and next week for some more information. This is Dr. Lazar Jancic from Leederville Chiropractic Clinic.